Hello everyone, Wangel here and welcome to a new Let's Play series for the channel. As you can tell from the nice little intro I've done for this series, we're going to be playing Alice Madness Returns, a game that came out in 2011 as a sequel to the cult classic American McGee's Alice, a game of which you can find a Let's Play for it on the channel, popping up right about now if I can get the card system to work anyway. So, what is this game all about? Well, it's a sequel to the previous game, and the previous one was a dark psychological adventure game where you play as a girl called Alice, whose family unfortunately dies in a house fire which kills them all off and leaves her broken. Her mind is shattered because of the trauma that she went through, and so during the game we delve into her mind, which basically is a broken reflection of Wonderland, in order for her to recover from those traumatizing experiences. So this game actually takes place a couple of years afterwards. Alice, if I remember right, has managed to make her way, well, to an orphanage which has been run by an old friend of the family, and we're going to find out more about things as we go through the game. I have played through this quite a few years ago, in fact. It was a game I really enjoyed when it came out, and it was my first experience of actually playing American McGee's Alice, because as you can see here, if you bought the 360 version, which is the version I'm playing at the moment through backward compatibility on the Xbox One S, you would actually be able to get this for free with the game and download it and play it. So when I did it before, it was on the PC, but if I was able to, I would have actually done it on here rather than try and track down a game for the PC. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to giving this a go, so I hope you are too. Feel free as well, always, to like, comment and subscribe. I will give a bit of a call out now. And let's get started, shall we? So, you can see we've got continue game. It hasn't got anything beyond the first clip, and you will be able to see it anyway. I just wanted to check to make sure it was all working. So, let's get things started. The high street wears degradation like a badge of honor. Right. Anyway, time to shut up now.
Come now, Alice. It's only a dream.
It's not a dream, it's a memory. And it makes me sick.
Now, focus. Wait. You're floating again. Weightless. A cipher. Relax.
I'm in hell.
Forget it. Abandon that memory. It's unproductive. Go to Wonderland.
I can't. I'm trapped. My past.
Sergeant, this girl's badly hurt. Call for a doctor. She'll be all right.
No, Alice. Discard that delusion. Forget it. Go to Wonderland.
I'd rather not, Doctor. My Wonderland's shattered. It's dead to me.
Your preference doesn't signify, girl. Now, Alice, where are you?
I'm sailing with a friend. It's different somehow. Things have changed.
Change is good. It's the first link in the chain of forgetting.
What's happening? Are you mad?
I'm not mad.
Rabbit,
That's not right. What's he doing?
is something wrong?
Something wrong?
Not that!
Don't struggle, Alice. Let the new Wonderland emerge.
Corruption? It's killing me. Wonderland is destroyed. My mind is in ruins.
Forget it, Alice. Block that dream. Wake at the sound. There, Alice. Better now, aren't we?
My head's exploded and there's a steam hammer in my chest.
Yes, well, the cost of forgetting is high.
My memories make me vomit. What can I...
Remember other things.
I want to forget. Who would choose to be alone, imprisoned by their broken memories?
I'll set you free, Alice. Memory is a curse more often than a blessing.
So you've said. many times, and...
And I will say again, the past must be paid for. Now, before our next session, collect those pills from our high street chemist.
Very well, Doctor.
It's my turn to forget, Alice.
Now, Charlie, your pa was hung for killing your ma who beat you. Let's forget that, shall we? The past is dead, Charlie.
Now, personally, I don't know if I could quite agree with that approach, but what can I say? Only someone who studied psychology for a few years and teacher. Anyway, that's our intro for Alice Madness Returns. A little bit creepy, to say the least, but that will give you a bit of an idea of what to expect later on in this game. So, here's Alice, and you can see it's a little bit more of a caricature. It's not based, it's supposed to look realistic, right? But here's Alice. As you can see, she's a few years older from when we first met her in American McGee's Alice. And that's the old family friend, a doctor whose specialty, it seems, is to forget things and to allow people to overcome past trauma by allowing them to forget it, rather than personally, I think, the best way, which is to deal with it. But that's that. Here's the orphanage where we're currently living as well. We can go around and explore the rest of the room as well.
Worse than your room?
Everything you can see, everything's dab and grey. It's not...
We're bloomers.
Oh god, really? Well, I can't even say it's 21st century Alice, because it's not. This is actually based in about Victorian time, if I remember right, so it's about the late 1800s. So, I don't know, I think a bloke wearing bloomers back then would have been really, really, really bad. Ooh, what's this? My stories of the children bear strange fruits. Their drawings expose pieces of my mind. So we can see some of the pictures there. We can see things like the Mad Hatter and stuff like that. I think that's the Jabberwock then, up there on the top left. Yeah, very drab and grey. Don't worry, it's going to get a little bit more colourful pretty soon. Anyone else we can pop to?
Can't find the door.
It's alright, we know where the door is. We just follow this one, you know,
I deserve
railroad
my
route
bitter tears.
to go all the way there. See, Alice is not too happy about things. She's still trying to overcome her experiences. You have to remember though, when we first met her, she was in a comatose state, basically, catatonic state, I should say, back in an asylum. So a lot of the experiences she was having back then was things like she had two orderlies that were twin brothers that were pretty rough with her, like nothing, you know, disturbing. But she was sort of getting them in her mind as the brothers Triddledee and Triddledum. So, yeah, last time we saw her, she was a lot worse off, but now she's walking and talking all by herself. Anyway, here. Abandoned toys and worn-out shoes have a past, and the people who used them too. My past was consumed by fire. Yeah, she did not have a good few years, to say the least. Says, the illustrated news feeds an insatiable appetite for domestic mayhem and industrial disaster. Fire and match factory, 6 girls missing. Is there anything more predictable? The world's gone quite mad. You know the amount of times that in today's day and age I have said that very same thing. But hey, oh, first person camera mode. I didn't realise we could do this.
She's an orphan.
I'm right here. Don't talk to me as if I'm not standing right next to you. Looking you dead in the face, Missy. Alright, anything else we can explore before we head off?
I had no idea how humble a home could be. If not for my drawings and the photographs, this could pass for my room at the asylum.
So what we got? We got a picture of her family right up here. This photograph of my family was delivered here by post. No message, no return address. I'm grateful for this memento, but I wish I could thank the sender. So, there we go. That's her mum, her dad, her older sister, and there's Alice right there in the middle with her stuffed rabbit, which I believe appeared eventually as the White Rabbit in the previous game. Well, I've played through this a few times. There's things I've picked up here and there, so I'm happy to share any information I can remember from playing this before, or things I've come across in my travels, because I'm quite interested in this darker version of Alice. And if you go to the final episode I think I did of the American McGee's one, you can find a link to Other Worlds, where they were talking about all the extra stuff like they did 2 short films, like, you know, like 5-10 minutes long, you can find on YouTube. And as well as that, they've done things like there is going to be a new Alice game apparently in the works, which will be quite cool when it comes out. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, what is this? Just like this captures the Doctor's confidence. His dress is fastidious, his bearing calm. Just shy of classically handsome, he's likely instructed the artist how to render his nose. Yes, because everyone looked alike back then, because you wanted to make sure that your painter did classic Photoshop editing.
Another day, a different dream, perhaps.
Indeed. Alright, well here we are outside. There's not really much we can do here in lovely, I think it's London we're in actually. What's this? The Houndsditch Home for Wayward Youth, owned by Dr. Angus Bumby. Right.
This digging's killing me back. They call work noble, the bastards.
So,
Can't
Moorgate
come this way,
Station
love,
has been
go
closed. Okay. Can we talk to anyone here?
Nice so thick you could build a flat on it.
No. Steam engines. Back in the day. Way before my time, I assure you. Right. Let's continue along here. Hello, good sir.
You like Boccherini, missy? How about Paganini?
I don't know, are you trying to describe Italian musicians to me, or are you trying to describe pasta? I'm not entirely sure. Christ, it makes me feel a bit hungry now talking about pasta. Right, anything down here?
She ever work? Wears her black. Too good for company. She don't get close. Hates being touched. Who likes it then? Never slapped. Spanked, more like.
Are you talking about me again? I'm standing right here, you know. What about you? You're standing...
Man's coming in his train of cars, with moonbeam windows and with wheels of stars. So hush, you little ones, and have no fear. The man in the moon, he is the engineer.
Okay, just gonna leave her alone. Okay, nothing else here seems. Let's head off. You're not gonna talk? No. Right. Here we are, Whitechapel Market. So yeah, we are in London, it seems. So we need to find the chemist to get those pills for Dr. Bumble. Can we go past you, good sir?
Hang off, missy. Move along.
Oh, fine. Yeah, we're gonna leave them doing whatever it is they're doing down there. You know, nice innocent child like myself, I don't know what they're going to be doing. Anything else here in the marketplace? Hello? Kitty cat. You look familiar.
Puss? Puss, 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 puss. Don't be afraid.
Do you see that cat? It's not where you see a white cat. Oh no, you do see white cats. What am I talking about? What the?
Don't teach him. Beat him good.
So, back in the day when people used to do that sort of thing, now we have to worry about things like bloody safe spaces and stuff like that. So am I going too far the other way? Alright, let's follow the kitty cat. Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty. What's down here?
Now, where has that cat gone?
Oh, I know where he's gone. I'm just curious to see what was here. All living things die, eventually. Still, a creature's remains are always poignant. Well, I bet. Ugh. Okay, let's get going. Right. Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, hello there. God, you look thin. Of course, it's really, really tight on you. I have to say that the art style of this game, it reminds me quite a bit of things like, oh, God. You know when you just picture the name in your head and you know what you're thinking about? Like, I'm talking about ones like Corpse Bride. Tim Burton, that's the one. Like Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, that sort of thing. The art style reminds me a little bit like that, and like how the people's bodies look and stuff like that. Hey, I'd say I do like a bit of thing like that. You know, Nightmare Before Christmas. Got the special edition over there on the DVD rack.
Seems following furry creatures into dark holes has become a habit. I hope it's not a vice.
Oh, can't be worse than some people's. Alright, let's continue down here. Going a bit out of the way, I guess, to get these pills, but... Ooh. Dark, foreboding alley. Doesn't look too good, does it? Ooh.
My stars and garters, Alice Little. Slumming again, are we?
Nurse Witless. What luck. Twice in as many months.
Out on your own? You look frazzled, dearie. Not doing well?
Not really.
Come along home then and look at my pigeons. Pretty birds, like you.
I don't think so. Our last visit cost me several pounds and got me nowhere.
I might recall where your mangy rabbit got to.
Can't get out of the size of her nose.
Still a mess. No surprise.
Massive.
Her kin roasted like chestnuts right before her eyes. 10 years in Rutledge Asylum wasted everyone's time. Dr. Bumby won't do better. Still hauling out her questions. The fire, her memory. I deserve consideration, don't I? Who found her new clothes? Who got her a place at Bumby's? Where'd she be without me? On the street, selling her backside. Likes my pigeons, though. She's doled out the odd pound or two. But what I know is worth more than that. Kept her secret, haven't I? Heard her say, all died on my account, I couldn't save you. I've told her my silence is for sale. Keep. I'm a good sort, really. Not like her nanny, that uppity whore, or that lawyer fellow Radcliffe took a stupid rabbit. Need money. Warned her I'd tell the coppers if she didn't make a donation to my upkeep. She yells and goes off her head. Days she can't remember her name, what I heard.
What a lovely person, eh? Really, really nice. Oh, here we are, on the rooftops with the pigeons. Anything of use around here? Oh. A coop is really just a cage, but the birds don't seem to mind. Yeah, there's something to be said about cages, whether it's a physical or a mental cage. Some people like to stay in cages. Oh, what's this? Ah, lovely London town back in the day, eh? All that smoke coming out. To be honest, it doesn't look that much better even today, especially in certain areas, but yeah, finger progress. Wait, was that just to come up with a thing about X? No. Alright, Nurse Witless.
Do you mean to harm me? To send me back to the asylum?
I won't say no. I've a thirst you could photograph.
Need a drink. One mouse needs water.
Pretty birds, like you.
Go Wonderland.
You've done magic.
Living a dream.
Here we are back in Wonderland. So, that was a bit weird. As I've mentioned, Alice is still dealing with her trauma of the mind. So, you know, things like that is something I imagine she's got quite used to. Although we've now gone basically full inwards and into Wonderland. As you can see, it looks very nice and surreal. It looks a lot nicer than it was back in the previous game, to say the least.
Very upsetting journey, but I'm rid of Pris, or whatever she's become. At least the place I've landed is somewhat familiar.
About time, too, Alice.
Hello, Kitty.
Blasted cat. Don't try to bully me. I'm very much on edge.
Perfect. When you're not on edge, you're taking up too much space.
You're no help at all.
But you know I can be.
I'll frighten myself when necessary, thanks very much. I was hoping to escape from all that.
Abandon that hope. A new law reigns in this Wonderland, Alice. It's very rough justice all round. We're at risk here. You be on your guard.
I love the Cheshire Cat in this game, I really do. But here we are, anyway, in the Vale of Tears. I remember when I first played this, and it came down to here, and you just look at like this. I mean, this is a game back from 2011. So this game is 7 years old, and yet it still looks so pretty and surreal. I mean, wow. I like it. Alright. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? So, we got a few things to remember. Like, it is a fighting game. It's got adventure aspects with fighting, so we got things we can't do quite yet, it seems. I was going to showcase the dodge function. But we can at least double jump and things like that. It's a lot more fluid than the previous game. You can do a lot more, platforming a lot more easier than before. Damn, I wanted to talk to you. Why did you fly off? And the music. Oh, I love the music of this game. It can be so nice like this. And then at the same time then it can have other moments where it's just like, ooh. Anyway, so we'll come across these things, and these are memories that we'll be able to recover, talking about different areas of her life, talking about her family, Bumble, and so forth. So we do this.
I swear, you jump so well.
So they're only going to be little bits, but they're little fragments that she might have forgotten and supposed to remember. But for the moment it will count as a tutorial of sorts, so it will teach us how we can jump and do things like that. So here we go, press A to jump. Alright, if we run up to here. Is there anything down on below before we move on? Because there are going to be things like, we will come across like secret areas we need to find and stuff like that. I will try and find as many of them as I can, but I'm not going to be relying on a guide or anything. So there may be ones I miss. If you have happened to play the game before, and I've just missed one or something like that, now free feel to tell me, so I can go back and get it if I can. So, but in the meantime, we'll try our best and see how we get on in the meantime. Okay, press A again while jumping to Tro. So, not too far, not too far. Right. Everything's so nice and peaceful right now.
If you leave from that table again, Alice, I'll expire. You're 2 times too reckless, my girl.
Alright, let's pop down here. So we need to pop up to there, but I just want to, as I said, go around, check out the different things before we go too far off. Just in case I miss something. Alright, jump, jump, and boing! Ah, another memory, here we are.
Amanita muscaria, Alice, is merely a stinky toadstool. A spongy consistency, but poisonous.
Indeed. So these keyholes are going to be pretty useful. We'll need to come back to these in order to, once we get the ability to shrink, because then we'll be able to explore them and get access to more memories and so forth. Or, actually, we need to find these. So if we pop onto these, can we do that yet? No, we can't. Damn. those are supposed to allow us to be able to shrink down rather than eat or drink anything, like I believe we had to do last time. Anyway, let's just pop down here because it seems like that's where we need to go. Oh, drink me. So it's a bit like Obelix from Asterix the Gold. Rather than just have to keep drinking it, we can just go.
Though lacking a bathing costume, a plunge in that pool is in order.
My God, I'm shrinking in this potion. Shall I disappear?
Almost. But the upside is that while smaller, you can see things that are nearly invisible to your bigger self.
Ah, I get it. Right. Forests for the trees. Just the other way round. Short-sighted is more than a matter of perspective.
Okay, so hold LB to shrink, and well shrunk, Alice will gain shrink sense. So this will allow us to see things basically written on the wall, like as you can see here, that we couldn't see when we stand up normal. Oh, there we are. That's better. Can I get myself back up there? Because there was a couple of things that we could have jumped up and gone through. Or do I have to work my way back around? It looks like we may have to do that. Oh no, hang on. We came down from there, didn't we? Where that child seems to be looking down on us. Okay. So let's do this. First of all, recover memory.
How small she's become, all curled up. She's barely there. A vixen in her hidey hole.
Right. Here we go. Another thing as well is that often the little pictures here will tell you what to expect roughly. So we may find some good things, sometimes some bad things. Depends on, it will give us a clue what's in the keyholes anyway. Right, so we pop up to here. Do we need to go down here? Was there something down here, or was that just me remembering wrong? Yeah, I was just remembering wrong. Right, so we pop up to here. Jump. Was it there? No, it is just me remembering wrong. Right. So we came from there, so we need to come up onto here. And we can go through there and then to get out. But these are important. This is what I remember now. So we can pop in here. And I believe it's supposed to give us something if we do this. Ah, teeth. So we can use teeth in order to upgrade weapons and stuff like that later on. Ah. Our outfit though looks thing. I always like the little touches, like right at the back. We've got this little, like, even though we live in a quite surreal place, we've got this little bits like that skull on the back of her bow tie there, or the fact that we've got blood splatter on the apron. These sort of runic symbols almost. They're the necklace with the horseshoe, or the no, it's not a horseshoe. It's oh, it's got a name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Damn it. But all this really specifically designed by the creators and the designers. And something that's going to be quite nice is that we're going to be able to see her change outfits as she goes into different areas of Wonderland. We can get a DLC which gives you an options to like outfits you can pick right back at the main menu, and each of them give you certain advantages or even a disadvantage for one of them. Like one of them may have its this shrink sense is always on, so you can always spot them around in the world instead of having to do this all the time. But another one will give you your basically your power boost, so to speak, your hysteria. Like if you remember from the previous game, if you've watched it, there was a bit where you can pick up a particular potion and it will breathe on your face and you turn into like a red claw demon. There's a version for that in this game as well, which we'll eventually come across. But the option I've gone with is just go with the standard. So there's nothing too special about her outfits, but it will change in appearance depending on whereabouts she is in Wonderland. So like one of my favourite levels is a bit which has got quite the oriental theme, and her outfit will represent that, and it's really just a nice little touch to the game. I remember that reading that the designers originally planned for her, because you can unlock different weapons in the game, and they did plan for her outfit to change depending on the weapon that was equipped, but they felt that was a bit too restricting to a sense, because of like your weapons are going to be constantly, like, you've unlocked new weapons and you may be switching back and forth between them quite quickly. So it seemed a bit silly that, like, she may be wearing this one for one weapon, then switch to another one quite quickly just to kill one enemy and then switch back. So they decided to go with it so it was happening in different areas. And that is one I much prefer personally.
When I rode the big slide in Hyde Park. Papa will take you soon, Alice.
I'm sure he would have done, I'm sure. Whee! Alright. Let's make our way down this slide, and then we'll have to bring the episode to an end, because it is 30 minutes in now. So, down we go. Whee! Pick up the teeth along the way. Can we slow things down a bit? No, we can't. You know, on some slides, for things, when you can just make it so it slows down when you need to go around corners and pick up stuff. Can't quite do that with this, but we'll manage. It's okay. Alright, let's avoid these. Oh no, we can smash these. Okay. Thought there might have been some sort of enemies, but we're not reached that stage of the game yet. Right. Now we need to find a save point. I don't know if we can just save anytime we fancy. Let me just double check. Game and data. Difficulty. We're just doing our normal. I want to enjoy the game as much as I can as well, so we're not too concerned about a challenge. Now it's just for the memories we unlock. Let's just continue a little bit further. I think we need to find a stopwatch needs to come up to tell me that it's come to a point where it's saved. Ah, I remember this. The Jabberwock.
The vorpal blade is swift and keen and always ready for service.
Oh, hello, old friend.
I've not come back here looking for a fight.
Really? That's a pity. One's certainly looking for you.
So this was the starting weapon you had in the first game as well, and it was my favourite. You had two different modes for it. You could use it up close in order to hit enemies, or you could throw it from range, and it was very effective actually for a beginning weapon to fire at range. So that was what I preferred to do as my favourite weapon of choice. So the fact we've managed to pick it up again so soon is something I really quite like. So the Vorpal Blade inflicts the swiftest damage to a single target at close range. And press X to fight with the Vorpal Blade. Bye bye Jabberwocks. Cool. Alright, let's break these snails. You know what? Let's carry on a little bit longer. It's the first episode. Let's play a little bit longer into this, shall we? Alright. We need to break these to pick up some stuff. Ooh. Rose petals. I believe the roses are my health. It's been a little while, so I'm trying to remember, but I think it is my health. It could be something else. We'll find out, I'm sure.
Flight implies a permanent choice, but flight often just means putting off the fight to another day. Choose your battles wisely, Alice.
Indeed. Okay, and this is our dodge as well. So, rather than in the previous game, which was a little bit more static, all you can do is just run around and try and pelt them. Here it's a little bit more focused. You can target lock enemies, you can move around them, and you had a nice little dodge function, which is pretty cool when it does this. And I believe you can do it in, yeah, you can do it in air as well. I just really think it looks cool, you know, sort of disappear into this cloud of butterflies before coming out. A nice little light touch considering how dark the rest of the game is going to be going eventually. Right, is there anything around here before we go continue onwards? Doesn't look quite like it. Let's take these. Right. Yeah. It keeps holding LT and I'm thinking I've already done that. Right. Our first enemies. Insidious Ruin. Alright, hold LT to focus on the enemy and press X for a series of swift attacks like this. Alright. Bye bye, Rent Group. Alright, a few more. Alright, press RB to dodge it in time even when jumping.
Evil in a single monstrosity.
Die, die, die. I remember it always creeped me out when I first saw them, just because they had those baby, baby doll masks, and it's like, ooh. Right. Okay. That went a bit high-pitched now, I thought. I was actually going to think, and I thought, no, we'll play for another 5 minutes. It'll be fine. And like I said, I really was looking forward to playing this at some point. I'm surprised it took me as long as it did, but I think it's because I wasn't sure how I was going to have to do it, because I think I would have had to play this on the PC if I didn't buy myself an Xbox One, but I don't know how well it would have run on the PC, especially if I was trying to record commentary at the same time.
A flower's purpose is simple
But
and immutable. Human
yeah,
purpose
it's
is
great to be back in
because it
Wonderland
is a
once
slave
again.
to memory. Memories must be strictly managed, Alice. Unproductive ones must be eliminated.
It's a shame though, you can't throw the knife this time. Weapons are a little bit more focused and towards being used in a particular way. Like, I believe we can pick up, like, what they're called? The horse on a stick. You know, the pedal ones you put in between your legs and you pretend you're riding. It's got a proper name, I can't remember it. But that basically is like your slow, heavy weapon, if I remember right. And there's other ones we can pick up now throughout the game as well. But there's a fair bit of platforming involved as well. While jumping, press and hold A to initiate Alice's float. To further extend float, press and hold A again while jumping. So, we can do this, and then we hold A and we're allowed to float across the map. It's quite nice. It's a bit of a homage, I think, to when you first encounter it in American McGee's Alice. You come across vents you can use to basically lift yourself up and hold you in position because of like the fact she's wearing a skirt, basically. So it's a little bit like that, but it also allows you to get around the map a little bit better as well. So if we pop down here, like so. I wanted to get that tooth while we were along it. Whee! Collect the bottle. What's the bottles do? I can't remember what the bottles do. Said it's been quite a while since I've actually played this. It's been a couple of years, in fact. Oh, hello. I remember you. Alright, so this is the Duchess. We encountered her in the first game when we had to basically kill her by throwing down. We had, if I remember right, the way I killed her was we had a lot of these jack-in-the-boxes which can pop up, and one of the fire modes is that it causes like a thing of fire to be going around and round. Because she was basically trying to charge after us to eat us. And I think we had to go after her because she had the, there was the mocking turtle, if I remember right, and we needed to get his shell back because she was trying to make turtle soup out of him. But she's, if I remember right, gone a little bit of a different direction with her diet since we last met her. Just be a little bit careful just in case. Hello, Duchess.
Ah, it's you again, Alice. You may approach.
Thank you.
Why would I do that? You want to eat me?
Yes, well, you taught me manners, and I've lost my taste for mad women. Strictly a porcine diet for me. Everything's
Good
better
choice.
with bacon, don't you agree? Of course you do. Now, there are pig snouts scattered about. I heard a few behind the house. Go fetch them for me. But take care for the pests that block your way. Pepper them up if they do. They need spice, and you're just the girl to season them for me. You'll find that grinder serviceable.
Why not season your own pig parts?
Matter of priorities. My alabaster skin needs protection from the disgusting creatures running amok amidst the environs. But one gets peckish. Look, all you have to do is listen for the oink, then shoot the snout. You may like the results. I certainly will.
Right. So I'm going to end the episode here. So next time we'll be able to pick up our next weapon, which is actually just there on the table, the pepper blaster. It acts like a machine gun, basically, which is quite cool. But we'll be sorting that out in the next episode. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you follow the rest of this Let's Play as we go further and further into Wonderland. But until then, take care, and goodbye for now.